You're listening to the Coconut Avenue Radio and Podcast Network.
Welcome to Out There on the Edge of Everything, the show that examines, helps you understand, and effectively deal with the interesting edges of life. Broadcasting now from the virtual C344 studios overlooking the edge of Coconut Avenue is your host, award-winning and best-selling author, Dr. Stephen Lesovich.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Lesovich, out there on the edge of everything. This episode is entitled, Who Demoted Me? Have you ever met someone who is truly empowered? Someone who is 100% comfortable in their own skin, in their own abilities? Someone who does not care what other people think of them? My friend, the late Dr. Lene Hoagie, PhD, was one of those people. Lene was married to Tom Barber, a lifelong friend of mine I met when I was an undergraduate at the University of Wisconsin. Let me share a true story with you about Dr. Lene Hoagie, PhD. Lene received her PhD in exercise science. She was an educator who taught at several universities across the country, conducting research on how the human body reacts in various stressful situations. She was hired as an educational specialist in the Department of Surgery at Rush Medical College and the Rush University Medical Center Hospital, which is located in Chicago, a few miles west of downtown. Lene was hired to teach experienced doctors and surgeons in the Department of Surgery how to be better, more effective teachers and mentors to new medical students. The Rush Medical College was trying to modernize and change the culture of how new medical students were taught surgical medicine. On her first day of work, Lene was to be introduced to the department faculty and new medical students at the start of the new semester in a large auditorium in the medical college. That morning, the room was filled with mostly male faculty members, surgeons, who were all medical doctors and had MD after their names, and a large group of new, mostly male medical students. Lene was one of a very small number of females in the room, and the only faculty member who was not a medical doctor. Since she was new, she was to be one of the first people introduced that morning to the faculty and the new medical students. On the first slide of the PowerPoint presentation for her introduction was her name, Dr. Lene Hoagie, MD. The mistake in her title was a mistake made by the secretarial staff, who just assumed she was an MD and did not know she was a PhD. When the slide was put up on the screen in the auditorium, the first words out of Lene's mouth were, "Who demoted me? Who demoted me from PhD to MD? I have a PhD and not an MD." There was absolute silence in the room. A few surgeons immediately got angry. Others turned colors as they were horrified. Everyone in the room was stunned by her comments. What a way to start a new job. The surgical faculty and the new medical students could see the culture shifting right before their eyes that very morning. For those of you who may not understand the significance and the passive-aggressive humor of Lene's statements, many medical doctors bristle at the fact that people who have earned a PhD are called by the title doctor. Many of these medical doctors believe that the only real doctorate degrees are those granted by medical schools, and no one else, other than those with MD after their name, should be called by the title doctor. However, did you know the Doctor of Philosophy degree, the PhD degree, has been awarded as far back as the 1100s in Europe? It is still the highest academic level awarded in the United States and many other countries. The PhD degree is earned following a long course of study in a specific field and the production of original research in the form of a dissertation that significantly expands the boundaries of knowledge in that field of study. The PhD degree always has carried with it the title of doctor since the 1100s. After Lene shared this story with me, it was something we'd always joke about when we talked or had lunch together in Chicago. I would call her Dr. Hoagie, and she would call me Dr. Lesovich. I earned a PhD in computer science, so I have also earned the title of doctor as well. Dr. Linné's work did initiate a change in the Department of Surgery at Rush Medical College. She served as the interim director of the Center of Medical Education and Research at Rush. Linné also made many significant contributions in the field of surgical education before leaving for a new position at the University of Michigan. Unfortunately, while teaching at Rush, Linné was diagnosed with breast cancer and passed away while working at the University of Michigan. Linné's time on Earth was short. She passed away at age 46, but she made a big impact. In fact, a lecture series was named in her honor at Rush in the Department of Surgery, and an annual award is given each year in her name to a promising scholar by the Association of Surgical Education. I had the opportunity to say a few words at Dr. Linné's memorial service after she passed away. Many of those same faculty members from the Department of Surgery from Rush were there that day. My few words included retelling the story about Linné's first day at work at Rush. In fact, when I started my eulogies, I stood up and said, "Hi, I am Dr. Stephen Lesovich, PhD. I would like to share a story about Dr. Linné Hoagie, PhD, during her first days at the Rush Medical College." It was not too surprising. I received only nervous laughter and many strange looks from the faculty members from the Department of Surgery from Rush that day. Dr. Linné Hoagie, PhD, was an empowered woman who initiated positive change in the world. So what does it mean to be empowered? Being empowered is knowing you are supported by a higher power, having a vision of yourself and others, having confidence in yourself, and being optimistic when facing any challenges in your life. Being empowered means your vision includes those things you can see with your eyes and those things you cannot see with your eyes, but see instead with your intuition by having faith and trust in that higher power. Being empowered means that you will not be affected by internal or external events or the collective energy, and you can always arrive at an outcome you desire as a powerful co-creator of your own reality. Being empowered means you can create a positive impact for yourself and all the people you come in contact with in your own life. I miss talking with you and laughing with you, Dr. Linné Hoagie, PhD. Rest in peace, my friend. Until next time, I'm Dr. Stephen Lesovich, PhD, out there on the edge of everything.
You have been listening to Out There on the Edge of Everything, the show that examines, helps you understand, and effectively deal with the interesting edges of life. For more information on your host, Dr. Stephen Lesovich, please visit slesovich.com. For more information on prior and future shows, please visit coconutavenueradio.net.
This is the Coconut Avenue Radio and Podcast Network.